Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Harmony One. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. I will not be repeating a lot of the stuff that I said in the previous video. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. And as you can see, if we jump into the daily chart straight off the bat, we have the 20 EMA, the yellow line, crossing below the 55 EMA. So this is a bearish cross or a bear cross. So this usually signals that we are going to see some more moves to the downside. So what I would expect right now is Harmony One to come back to 786 over here. The 786 of the Fib retracement, right? If I zoom out so that you can see where the swing low and the swing high is of the Fib retracement. So here you have the swing high of the Fib retracement, and here you have the swing low of the Fib retracement. And that gave us the 1.272 that I had for multiple months now. And we actually got to those targets very nicely. And now we're coming back down for the support of the 786 over here, which we held here in December. Hopefully we can hold it right now in January as well. So yes, the bearish cross is negative, especially because it's on the daily chart. As you all know, the higher the time frame, the more important all the indicators and all the crosses are. So right now, what you can see is we are wicking down to the 786, but people are buying up the dip pretty quickly on Harmony One. So I would recommend you have some buy orders slightly above the 786 over here. So this is the price for it, around about just slightly above 16 cents. You know, anywhere below that, I would recommend just dollar cost averaging as well, but never buy all in at one buy order because the price can always go lower. I'm never going to give you the exact bottom, guys. I'm just giving you some support levels that are potentially going to hold. A lot of the times they hold, a lot of the times they don't, and they go even lower. So that's why you need to have some spare fiat at all times so that you can buy the dip at any moment, basically. So below that, you have the golden ratio over here at 12 cents, basically 0.12368. That is your support level. And always buy slightly above the exact support level so that you have more chances of getting filled. So the golden ratio below that, right? And I only see us getting to the golden ratio here if only Bitcoin starts losing 30K, right? There is still a possibility that we can go below 30K, right? There's still a possibility we can go into a bear market. Right now, I don't think that's going to happen. Bear market is still hopium at this point. Because I talk about this constantly in all of my videos, in all the chats that we have here. Bitcoin is not in a bear market. Just because it's down 50% doesn't mean that Bitcoin is in a bear market. Previous bear markets saw pullbacks of around about 65% from the all-time highs, and they still managed to go into that euphoric stage of the bull market and have the blow off top. So that's exactly what I think is happening right now. We can potentially dip lower on Bitcoin. Obviously, that will drag the altcoins with it. And yeah. So Harmony One is not immune to that. We have a double top pattern over here. Potentially, we are going to see a move to the downside if we start losing the 786 over here. So I would look at the golden ratio as your immediate support below that. If we go even lower, you have the 0.5 at 10 cents, slightly above 10 cents. So 0.10384. You should look for those support levels just in the case of a pullback. Now, yeah, that's regarding the price action on the daily chart specifically. We can obviously see some moves to the upside right now if we have a relief rally, and I would look at 22.5 cents as a strong resistance point because that's our swing high of the Fibonacci retracement. We broke below it, and we haven't back tested that level as resistance. So we're consolidating right now. We can have a back test of resistance and get sent back down to the 786. With another potential pullback. Like I said, the Chinese New Year is just around the corner. I feel that we are going to have the pullback because that's what we did for the past couple of years, from what I know. We've always had a pullback after the Chinese New Year. So just have some spare fiat, not a financial advisor here, but just have some spare fiat so you can buy into the dip. Okay, now jumping into the daily RSI, some might ask, HaZeeq, do you have a crystal ball? And I would say, no, I don't. But you can see that I gave you this RSI support way back on January 16th when we were in this symmetrical triangle over here on the RSI. As you can see, we were in this symmetrical triangle. We lost it again and we dropped below. And I gave you these support levels on the RSI. And look how perfectly the support level held. We bounced off of this level. And I told you, if you see yourself lose the 47.66, I'd look at 33.22, and I think I had these for multiple weeks now on the charts, on the RSI charts. So hopefully you copy this to your own charts. And yeah, as you can see, perfect bounce off of this support level. We held support. Obviously, if we have another, pullback to the downside, we can potentially, even lose this level right now and go into the oversold on the daily chart. And at that point, once you're oversold, that's extreme fear. And that means that you should be extremely greedy at those levels. Now let's jump into the 4-hourly chart. Now switching over to Binance. So as well as the RSI that played out very nicely on the daily chart, on the 4-hourly chart, I did remove the price tag from this level in the last video. But look, I did have this white trend line, I think, for the past couple of weeks at least. Look how incredibly well this trend line held. Right, if you paid attention and you copied the support trend lines, look how well this trend line held. What I could have done is obviously I could have had a rectangle over here and just could have given you this nice buying zone over here. But I just had this rectangle. I don't know why. I just had this white trend line. I mean, and look, it played out perfectly. It played out perfectly from this trend line over here. You're already up 22 and you were up almost 35%. So not too bad, not too bad. You had a rejection from the 382 on the Fibonacci retracement. So yeah, this is the 4-hourly chart. Also, we did have a rising wedge that I gave you in the last video, and I gave you the target of that was where the wedge was formed at 22 cents. So we got there very nicely. And we had a pullback from there even below the 0.236. Right now, what is happening is we're having a nice bear flag playing out over here on the 4-hourly chart. So this is the pole, obviously, of the flag, and this is going to be your flag. Or is it not really? Let me just see. Yeah, I do apologize. So this looks a lot like another rising wedge on the 4-hourly chart over here, but this is just a smaller version of the one that we had over here. And the target, once again, is where the wedge was created. So I would actually argue that this is where you're potentially going to land once again. So I'm going to give you that support level right now. So anywhere from 17 cents all the way down to 16.5 cents is a great entry point for Harmony One. If you drop below the support levels that I give you, it doesn't mean that I try to scam you. It just means that the project or the coin is getting ridiculously oversold, and you should buy a lot more than you bought on top, right? So and also if a coin is down significantly from its all-time high, doesn't mean that it's a shit coin, because Bitcoin's down more than 50% from its all-time high, and you don't call it a shit coin, right? Even though some people actually do. But yeah, so that's it for the 4-hourly price action. As you can see, we had this capitulation over here, and you went all the way down to the lows that you were consolidating in during the December dip over here. So like I said, I'm at least expecting us to retest this 16.5 cents area over here. If we jump into the 4-hourly on the stochastic RSI, as you can see, we are in the overbought, so I wouldn't be investing in Harmony One right at this minute. We do have a bullish cross on the 4-hourly, January 23rd. As you can see, the appreciation with that, but we are getting a bit overextended on the MACD as well. Also, keep in mind, the MACD is a lagging indicator, so don't trade based on the MACD solely, right? You have to use it in combination with all the other indicators. However, on the 4-hourly RSI, we are not overbought yet, and we are potentially gonna continue moving up over here. But if you look at the price action, you can see that we are in a potential bear reversal pattern over here, so we can potentially just dump from this rising wedge over here and come back down and retest those levels. And that's where the stochastic RSI could come into play, and you can actually see it drop back down over here to the oversold, and that's where you want to get back into your project. And on the relative strength index, that would just mean that we would go down into the oversold as well, potentially. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Harmony One, guys. If I missed out anything on the charts, let me know down below in the comment section. If this relief rally continues, I would look at the 4-hourly 55 EMA and the daily 20 EMA as your resistance levels for a nice little swing trade if you feel you know, risky, frisky. But I'm not swing trading anything particularly right now. Once you're near the bottom, I should say, that's when you should be extra careful with swing trading, because as we all have seen in the July/June, May pullback, you can start your reversing to the upside really quickly, and Bitcoin can just start flying out of nowhere. So keep that in mind. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully we all become wealthy together with this channel. This is my target. I'm trying to educate as many people as possible, trying to help you with your trading, trying to help you with your entry and exit points. So yeah, feel free to join the Telegram chat, the Discord server. We have great communities in both of those social medias. Also, we do have a Patreon, great way to support me, great way to get extra content, buy, sell alerts, lots of low cap gem calls, almost 40 posts per month is what we have there on Patreon. So make sure to check it out. Links are in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.